So welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be doing a little work on the old Civic. Currently have the dash out. I'm doing a wire tuck, so I pulled the dash out because there's a few wires I need to remove from like the old emissions box. I'm going to pull from the harness, and then I want to make some brackets to put all the. So I'm going to put the coil behind the firewall. Potentially, we'll see, and just kind of deal with the stuff that's inside of the car. But I have it out. I'm going to go a little on the CRX. I gusseted it here, and then I don't think I did anything on the back side, which I probably won't miss. It'll just be the side here. But what I'm actually going to do is I reinforced it there, but I'm going to go one step further with this. Do some more stitch welding here. Do some along there. Possibly some along, or maybe even on the inside, and then just some other stuff over here, this bracket, and probably up along here. This is just more because this is pretty flimsy. They do break, so that's what I'm gonna do this for. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm doing a brake booster delete with a Hush Performance kit. So this will kind of be a two-part video, I guess, on getting this done. I'll repaint this black, reassemble it, and then go to getting that installed. So I'm going to go ahead and start getting this welded up, and then I'll show you guys the finished product. So I welded up here, over there, up along. I just did some spot stitch welds along here. I did there, and on this side, up in there, and then some stuff along the side here. And then I did that. It's trying to get everything adjusted right here. And then I did up along here, down along through here, up at the top, and on some of those other brackets here. I'll clean this up eventually. So this should be real strong and sturdy now. Actually, I might go ahead and go in through there too, now that I see that. And then I'm going to go ahead and gusset the backside here, because that's usually what happens is because you're pulling on the clutch and it pulls it back. So it actually typically tends to crack it up along the top here, and sometimes at the factory spot welds. So I'm going to go ahead and get the template I need for that, and then I'll get that welded in. So just like when I did the CRX, I made a template, just took a piece of cardboard, traced it out. So then I'm going to go ahead and cut this out, and then we'll be able to put it on to this. So I'm going to get that cut and then show you how it turned out. So here's the bracket I made. Just slightly put it in the old vise with the help of the old hammer and just kind of shaped her. And I cut it off. It was a little long. It's coming up to here. But that'll get in the way of that. So you can see once I get this all welded in, it'll be nice and gusseted. Then I can come from the inside, do something there. So I'm going to go ahead and get that welded up, then I'll show you what's going on. Don't mind the welding. Like I said, I'm not very good at it. But I just kind of spot welded it. So that's done now. That won't move. It's all welded everywhere else. So I'm going to go ahead and throw a coat of black paint on it, and then put the pedals back on, install it back in the car. So I got it finished painted, so you can see just in gloss black. And I noticed these are the bushings that go in between here, and they're all cracked and stuff. And it's like, man, I wish I would have bought one of the kits. Well, Chetta's Auto makes bushings. Well, I was like, man, I thought I ordered some. So I'm looking through my stuff, and sure enough, I found them. He started making these. I bought one of the first batches, so that'd have been probably a year or so ago, but they're brand new, not cracked, not nearly as flimsy. So if you're gonna do this, pull it out and gusset it and stuff. It's not gonna hurt to do this. So I'm gonna get all this stuff installed, and then we'll get the pedal assembly back in the car. But yeah, if you can replace these bushings, I would suggest so. I've got the ped assembly all back together now, painted, the new bushings in, and then, so I'm going to try this out. Sorry about the fan, it's really hot. But I ordered a Hush Performance booster delete kit. I don't know if there's a part number anywhere or anything on there, but I think it was like 70 bucks. It's a pretty nice piece. So I'm going to get this installed, and then I'll get the pedal assembly kind of installed at the same time, but we'll see how this turns out. So the nice thing with this kit is you actually only, this is where you bolt the master cylinder to with master cylinder, and then it threads through the back, comes to the back, which I'll thread it in real quick just to show you. Threads come here through the back, so when you tighten this up, this comes through, and then you can put your nuts from the original, so it's still 4 places of mounting. But and then it's a nice piece, aluminum, for 40 bucks or 70 bucks. I can't really complain. And then I like how it keeps it clean, just having just those 2 holes. And then on the back, it's just, well, actually it'd be here and here. It's just got these inserts that are threaded, and you just tighten them on, and you put them there. And then this is the new push rod, so that comes with the kit too. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this installed on the car, and then I'll show you what we got going on there. So I got the master cylinder mounted up, and this is off a 8500 Prelude with a 1.8 liter. I have Integra front brakes, so a little bit more master is needed to don't have a soft pedal. But we'll see how that works out with no booster anymore. But like I was saying, these Allen bolts just thread through here and clamps it down, and then the bolts will just hold that to the car. So I'm going to go ahead and take this over to the car, and we'll get it installed. So I got it mounted up. Fits just fine, and then I've kind of pre-bent the brake lines already, so you just have to, this one back here, you just had to give it a little bit more of a 90. And this, I just kind of grabbed it by hand and twisted it. And then just kind of slides in. And same with back there. So I'll get those tightened down, and then that'll be it for the aspect of out here. So this is what it's looking like with it on. Brake lines are just slightly rebent. Brackets on, fits well. I have no complaints. I'll deal with the push rod. I have to get another piece because I modified the piece to do for something else, because I tried to use a different master delete kit that just wasn't working. Don't buy cheap. But so this will be the end of the video for this part, and I will see you guys here shortly.